Good God.
Jesus. Bro.
Are we live?
We are. I try to
Media
get that.
biz.
I try to get that conversation, but
The drone shots?
yeah.
We're always talking about drone shots.
Dude,
on our
drone. How are we
minds.
gonna afford a drone, dude?
How much are drones?
Like $300.
Ridiculous.
How are we gonna afford one?
Why do we need one?
I know how we're gonna afford one.
We can't. We don't need one. Oh,
The
do it.
Patreons.
Yeah, dude. I was gonna say,
The
dude, drop that.
Patreons.
Hey, get right to it.
It's gonna be out real soon.
Not when you're hearing this episode.
Not when you're hearing
but
this, but like a little bit after you hear this.
It's coming up.
Follow us on Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter.
and Twitter at the Film Crawl, so you can stay up to date. Wow, dude, we're back in the studio here.
It's been a while.
We got some things came up on our last recording. We couldn't record. We had to push this back. We're now the week of this episode coming out,
Jeez.
which is
Don't
not
give behind the scenes
dude,
details.
this BTS,
man.
bro.
That's Patreon content
Yeah,
right there.
that will be cut though in the future because that's only Patreon stuff.
Just a long block of silence, and then all right, let's talk about.
But we're back in the studio, so happy to see your lovely faces that I don't see. You know,
You're not smashing that like button.
no one's smashing the like button on YouTube.
No one's subscribing.
Comment. We hope you guys enjoyed Parasite. It's doing pretty well for us, which was very surprising. Alex must have a lot of friends.
He
was
the best
awesome
guy
though.
ever.
He was awesome though.
I want to talk about Parasite on this pod. I don't want to talk about the movie we're going to talk about.
But we're not talking about Parasite.
We're not.
We're talking about Joker, directed by Todd Phillips, starring Joaquin Phoenix.
2019 Oscar contender.
Oscar smashing the nominations.
Surprise.
Coming in with
Oscar
the most
contender.
at 11 nominations.
Ridiculous. I'm
those
mad.
including Best Actor, Best Picture, Best Score, Screenplay, and many, many more. I think it was like there was like hair and makeup and
costume design.
Costume or what do they call it? Like set design or some bullshit.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
speaking of the Oscars, our first Patreon episode, which will be out in February, will be about the Oscars. It's going to be a little hint about some categories that you may be confused on.
Yeah, Sam's going to clear some shit up for me.
We're going to do
per
some
usual.
education.
You guys want it?
So if you are interested in knowing about, some categories that may be confusing on the Oscar ballot,
I sure
think most people may have an idea. If you just go look at a ballot, you'd be like, what are the difference?
It's the ballot that you look at every year and you're like, I don't fucking know, and just
Yeah.
pick whichever one sounds great.
We're going to do a little educational video that was requested by a lot of you guys, that you guys wanted something where we teach you. We're going to try to do that. It's going to be our first Patreon episode, so please relax.
Show that love.
If you go sign up and you donate, we'd greatly appreciate it, but don't be like, oh, this is the only thing we're getting, because Patreon.
Oh God.
Yeah.
The only time they comment.
Yeah, so there's gonna be more than that monthly, but
we're working on it.
we'll keep you guys updated.
Yeah.
But that's our sponsors segment. Ourselves.
It'll get better in 10 years.
We have
More
as many
lives.
as Joe Rogan. He has like 5 minutes in the beginning of just sponsors.
I can't just label.
Butcher Box.
Yeah.
Get your bacon
Quip
shipped to your door.
toothbrushes.
Yeah, Quip.
Not spawns, by the way.
I use Quip every day and I love it.
Do you have a Quip toothbrush?
I do have a Quip.
Is it nice?
Yes. I don't. It was weird because I used to have a Sonic Care, which is like high end.
Jesus.
And
You're brand named everything. It's so annoying.
and then I had a manual toothbrush for the longest time because my Sonic Care broke. And then I was like, yo, I really want electric toothbrush again, and everyone's talking about Quip, so I got it. It's pretty good. It's like manual but electric. So the the electric one I had before, the Sonic Care, like the head, like the brush like rotated.
Yeah.
So you didn't have to like brush.
Oh,
you just
yeah.
like glide it over all your teeth,
Right.
everywhere. This one vibrates and stuff. It shifts, but you still kind of have to like move your. So it's like an in between, I guess.
So it gets those.
Supposedly it's proven to be better. But
we're not trying to sell it, bro. Not until they pay us.
Yeah, I'm not gonna try to sell it because this is not sponsored. But if I go to my dentist appointment in a couple weeks, and I got cavities, man. I'm gonna
drop the film
we're
crawl,
gonna
dude. Drop
we're
it.
gonna be having
while he's like poking around in there.
we're gonna be having some discussions with Quip. So
The whole office is decked out in merch. That's all. We have a Quip hat.
yeah, we come next episode. Just
We have like a little.
my Mac has like a Quip sticker on the thing.
Yeah, our computers just like become sly like little sponsorships.
YouTube video has a banner coming across. God, yeah.
We Photoshop it in. It's like gliding behind here.
But yeah, I like it. I mean, I do feel like it feels like it cleans my teeth.
I mean, your teeth are fine.
It definitely feels better than when I use like the manual brush, you know.
Everything's better than those things.
Yeah.
Than the peasant brushes. Thanks for rubbing it in.
It was actually not bad, dude. I got the beginner pack, and it's a year, and I just paid for it up front. I think it was like $60-something.
Yeah.
But that includes all the refill, like brush heads and everything for the whole year.
Dude, people comment on my teeth all the time.
I think we both have pretty good teeth,
Yeah.
so
we're Gucci. Don't need that.
don't look at me.
Don't zoom in. Don't zoom in. Zoom out. Zoom out. Zoom out.
Well, yeah. Let's ruin our teeth with this awesome teeth designed beer we have today.
It's a sweet one.
Let's
apparently.
crack them and talk about it.
Nice.
That was on point, dude. What are we drinking?
Guys, I'm not ready. It's
I don't think anyone's gonna buy
peach
this.
frosted pastry IPA. No.
Peach frosted pastry IPA.
If you guys know me personally, if you've listened to this podcast when we've had IPAs on, you know I hate it. I hate IPAs. I'll never like them.
It's brewed and canned by Dorchester Brewery Co. in Boston. For Decadent. And it's 1 pint here at 8.6%.
Ready to get slapped.
We're going to be stumbling out of this episode. Cheers.
Cheers.
And let's see what it tastes like.
Gotta be honest. I mean, I don't like it. Oh.
It's not. Okay. I thought it would be way more Pop-Tarty.
Yes, but
it's not.
It tastes fake. You know what I mean? It tastes like, Ooh, I'm getting like a cinnamony.
Yeah, towards the end.
Yeah, aftertaste.
But it does taste like an IPA, probably not as bad as the ones that we've had that you for you. Like
honestly, yeah, it's like cut by that sweetness, but it tastes like it's almost like I drank an IPA with a hard candy in my mouth. Like a root beer float.
Yeah,
candy.
but it isn't overpowering. And we had when we bought these.
It's a story.
At Changing Hands, people were like, "You're really going with those?
What are you doing?"
And we were like, "Are they bad?" And we heard it was terrible.
I had to do it for content though. It just fits too perfectly.
Yeah, it looks Jokerish, so we're
You'll see it on Instagram if you follow.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Here we go. Okay, yeah. So it's not like I thought I would have to like just chug this and get it over with.
No, it's not that bad, dude. It's not that bad. Maybe we were expecting terrible, so now it's not as bad.
It tastes like how this movie is, bro.
Fuck. That's a bomb, dude.
Whoa, dropping it right here. We got to segue into that.
Let's just segue into it, guys. We hope you enjoyed our little beer review. Again, follow on social media if you want to see those pictures.
Yeah.
So, immediate.
Sam, I need to know
you
if
come
you
out of
liked
this
it.
movie. You come out of this movie. How did you feel?
Weird. Uncomfortable. I did not like it.
Then I think it did its job.
No. Okay, but that's a good thing to you?
I like sadness. Like,
We've
dude,
seen
half the movies I watch are like depressing as hell.
Yeah, or like war
like
movies.
For Schindler's List to be on the top of one of my top, like, come on.
That's on everybody's list, bro.
Okay.
I haven't seen. Oh my. It's honestly, I probably shouldn't.
Coming to a pod near you. I mean, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
I don't. Fuck, man. I came out of this. I loved it. I think it's shot beautifully.
Who'd you watch it with?
Brooke.
Okay.
I didn't expect it to be as real as it was.
Same.
I thought more. I came into it more comic booky.
Yes.
You know, I was coming in more like, okay, it's gonna be. Yeah, it's gonna looks like it's gonna touch on some real things in life, but not to the point that it did. It actually got really dark.
I do give respect to the movie for not doing that comic book route.
Exactly. Yeah. I
so
came
I
in
do give it
that.
that big props, but I'm just gonna say the movie felt pointless to me. Like,
yeah, I could see
the only thing,
your point of view.
Yeah, like and maybe that's because it's not a comic book thing, and I love Batman. Batman's my favorite superhero. I would love to see Catwoman.
Something.
Something like just well done and well thought out.
You kind of get that with the Wayne family.
Exactly, but not in the way I wanted to see
exactly.
it. So that's on me.
So but I'll get to that in my dislikes. I just wanted to get your normal thoughts on it.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm speeding ahead.
But again, you guys hear in the intro, spoiler warning. Please go watch. It's on Redbox. We Redboxed it.
Yeah, my first Redbox experience. Annoying.
Bro, your first ever?
Yeah.
Wow.
Doing it myself.
I've been doing Redbox from the beginning. When they were 25 cents, they used to be like dirt, and that wasn't even that long ago. They they came out to compete with Netflix.
Yeah, because my parents did the Netflix DVDs.
Yeah, because Netflix at that time was mailing you shit.
Yeah.
So.
And it was fun.
Yeah, that was like an experience too, but it was expensive. Like you were paying, I think you paid monthly for it, and you paid for the movie.
Yes.
Like to get it shipped.
Yeah.
Like it was crazy, but
it's still a thing apparently.
Really? You can still?
My parents still get them, yeah.
Maybe because they're like grandfathered in or something?
Maybe, yeah, because they've been doing it from the jump. Maybe they're slowly taking it away.
They're probably going to get rid of it. I mean, that's just a waste of money.
Not for old people.
No, I mean like for Netflix, like in terms of business.
Our Ford versus Ferrari crowd.
They're like, when's it coming on Netflix?
When should I...
Gotta listen to Film Crawl.
When should I expect it in the mail?
God damn. No, everything is so at our fingertips now. But yeah, I mean, Redbox is still kicking. I thought when the streaming kick came in, that Redbox was gonna die, but it's still alive, man. And they had games now. Yeah. You can rent games, which is actually pretty cool. I don't know how successful that is, but it gets stuff that's more. It gets stuff that's before Netflix.
Oh, really? Yeah, I don't know
like
the inner workings of it.
Joker's on Redbox. Mm-hmm. But it's not on Netflix, and if you want to watch it streamed, you gotta rent it.
I feel like that's gonna be an HBO movie.
Yeah, most likely. But again, it's still not even there. And if you want to watch it, you have to rent it, and they're renting it for like $10. So, I that's where their market is right there. It's like, okay, movies just came out of theaters, now it's on Redbox, and I don't even know how the hell they decide all this, because some things don't even get to Redbox. Some things don't even make it to Amazon. It's like there's so many now. I would hate to work in that field, because now it's like, where do we put it?
They're like wiring it.
Yeah,
where do we put this?
Like, do we go to Netflix? Do we go to Amazon? Do we fucking go to HBO? Like, how do we decide?
We put it in the wrong box. I low-key
sends the wrong email. Fuck,
Amazon. Oh my God. I low-key almost rented it on YouTube.
How much was it there?
I didn't look, but I was like, I don't want to fucking go to a Redbox.
Dude,
I didn't know where the nearest one was near me, so I was like, God damn it, like I don't want to do this. I don't want to return it. And then there's one by my work, so I was like,
what movie was it? I think it was Interstellar we did. It wasn't anywhere, and I bought it on Amazon.
Yeah, you know what? That one my stepdad had, so I borrowed it.
I literally bought it on Amazon, and I didn't even know. I just knew it was a great, like, people loved it. So I was like,
it's like, you're not mad
I
at
might
that.
like it.
Yeah.
And then so I just sent it. But now,
it's like
it's one of my favorites. So it's that's fine. But yeah, some of that stuff is hard to find. So, well, I'm glad you got through the experience. They're everywhere, dude. They're in like all the Fry's, Walgreens,
at a gas station
CVS, gas stations.
Be safe. Check your surroundings.
Yeah, I went into I think we went to Walgreens, and then I dropped it off at the gas station.
Oh,
but
nice.
Like, you can drop it off anywhere. That's nice too.
That is nice. Yeah.
So Redbox.
Joker.
We're like not sponsored by Redbox.
I know that should be our next. That's it, dude.
Just do Redbox movies.
I watched Joker for you, Redbox. Like, this is it.
So, let's get into likes.
Okay. Oh, likes. Okay.
Because I know you hate this movie.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, you hate this movie, and we'll find out.
I need to know your rating. I've been waiting.
Likes are hard.
Right?
It's not that I hate the movie. I think it's a great movie. I think. Goddamn. How do I explain this movie? It's kind of hard to talk about, because I did come in thinking that it was going to be more comic booky, and it wasn't. And I could tell right away that this was going to be creepy. Like, Joaquin is amazing, and he did earn his freaking Golden Globe for Best Actor. I think he is still like that race is hard in Best Actor for the Oscars.
And he's dominating it
between Christian Bale and who else is up there? Adam Driver, like
who I feel still deserved. Like honestly,
I think so. I wouldn't have been mad if they gave Adam the Golden Globe, but then Joaquin got the Oscar.
Really?
Yeah, because Adam does a great job in Marriage Story, and I get it, but Joaquin had to do like that job the whole movie.
But Joaquin's done weird roles like this his whole career, and he's done it better in other movies.
He's been known to transform himself.
Yeah,
to be, like Her, Walk the Line.
Yeah,
all these movies.
Like this is not a surprise that Joaquin killed this role, and so I don't really get the recognition he's getting from it because he's like.
I know it's not a surprise, but it's also not a surprise that Martin Scorsese makes great movies, or it's not a surprise that Quentin Tarantino comes out with another Oscar run. Like that. That's just like what we live in now.
Right. So in this, I feel like this should be Oscar talk, like Patreon content, but in a race that's like so extensive this year.
Yeah.
Despite all the things of like who should have gotten nominated and snubs, whatever, the nominees that we do have are so great. Joaquin doesn't stack up. I'm sorry, he doesn't.
Damn. I don't know.
Not this year. If it was any other year, if it was last year, if it was next year.
But
no.
You know what? All those people nominated deserve it.
Yes.
Hands down. So
yes, and Joaquin's speeches have been great. Every win he's gotten so far.
Awesome. So
and he's definitely getting the Oscar. So we'll just put that out there.
He did amazing. I just don't know if he's gonna win the Oscar. He did do amazing.
He's won each of the big awards. There's no way they're not gonna give it to him.
I mean, come on, Leo's been ruined for a long time.
I know, but Leo got his Revenant Oscar. The Oscar's like, okay, we got you. Like this is it.
Should he have won it? No, I'm just kidding. That's not. But he does amazing, and it's written really well. Like the cinematography in this movie is so good too. It's beautiful. This movie is really beautiful.
Yeah.
I think the score as well is just like
oh my god,
so creepy.
Very creepy.
In Dark Knight when the Joker
the opening scene
with the
and
it just gets louder and louder and louder and louder, and you're just like the anxiety is building and building and building. This score is almost like that. Like they have that like tone that's in your ear the whole movie, but then they have like creepier stuff like added on top of it.
The strings,
the string. Like it was really good, and she won the Golden Globe as well. And I don't know. I think maybe it deserves that because I was noticing the music more than anything I've seen this year.
Yeah.
So I was kind of just like, fuck this. Like I'm uncomfortable. Like you said, you came out of it uncomfortable. Yeah. It made me uncomfortable. He was and Joaquin was so good. Like what just down to him like tying his shoe.
Yeah.
Why is that scene so creepy?
I mean, because his bones are popping out of his back.
Like.
Well, because
it was like almost
we
like
feel a little.
It was almost like exorcism type, like weird, like body contortion, and he looks so sickly in this movie.
Does.
Did they CG him a little bit, or did he really lose that weight?
I'm pretty sure he lost that weight. Like I wouldn't put that against him.
It doesn't even look like Joaquin, dude.
I mean, it did look like him a little bit.
He looks weird, dude.
He does look a little weird.
Especially, I mean, with the makeup, I get, but it doesn't, his facial structure almost looks different.
He looks like a little kid that looks like a 40-year-old man.
Yeah.
That's what's creepy.
It's so weird.
Those kids are creepy, I'm sorry.
And, this movie's set up to be like an origin, I guess you would say. I don't know. I feel like you said, when I'm thinking about the movie, I think it's an awesome movie. But I also think the movie, nothing happens, really.
Except for the riot at the end.
Like, he kills people, and that's like his jump off the ledge, I guess, or his push.
Yeah.
He finds out about his past, but it almost doesn't feel, it's so weird, and I'm kind of going into the negatives. It was put in there
for us to learn about his past.
Yeah, it doesn't feel earned almost. Yeah. Like, it just felt like, oh, we have to do it.
Yeah.
And I also feel the same way. I actually really like, this is part of my likes, I actually really like that they included the Wayne family in the way that they did kill Thomas.
Okay.
Because now, like, when you watch, now when you think about the Joker, essentially, the Joker was the creation of Batman, and the Joker has always been a part of Batman's, like, life in
their battle.
In terms of him killing his parent. Essentially, the Joker killed his family.
Yes. But it's the same scene, same layout that we've seen.
You can't change it. You
right,
can't
so
change it.
We don't need to see it anymore. That's what Spider-Man learned.
You're right.
We don't need to see Ben anymore.
I would have been fine with them walking in the alley and then the guy follows them and you just know.
Exactly.
Or
like even the theater, we see the theater in the title of whatever, and it's like it pans down and it's like
shows the family, the Wayne family walking out, and you're like, okay, this is where they die. But they don't need to show it. I get that.
Or even the whoever shoots them walking out of the alley after it's done.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you don't need to show it. They showed it. Whatever.
How many times have we've
seen it way too many times?
We need to write scripts for Hollywood. Dude.
Yeah, we've seen it a million times. I get that. It wasn't a negative for me though. I enjoyed, the
Waynes were a negative.
I was kind of like, oh, the pearls, because no, that's coming.
Exactly.
I don't know.
But I just remember
I'm not as mad as seeing this war than I am with like other shit. Like I'm mad at seeing Spider-Man's origin a lot. Yeah.
Why?
Because that has to be drawn out, and that's multiple. Like, this is just a scene. This is just one thing. So to me, it's easier for me to buy this than buy a whole nother Spider-Man origin.
I guess. But it's like.
But I'm gonna agree with you.
Okay.
It did feel like it was just needed to be there because
it's Batman.
It's a Joker movie, right? And it has to be about Batman.
But that's the thing. It didn't start feeling like a Joker movie until the end, or until you. Yeah, saw the characters that we know from this universe of Batman.
Yeah.
If you take the Waynes out, the Wayne name even, the family can be the same.
Yeah.
If you took out the Waynes, this is just any other movie, and it's not an origin.
Right. So this is where I wanted to talk to you about this theory I heard about.
Okay.
That I was reading, and it was like, this isn't a Joker origin. This is a movie about mental health, which obviously has huge.
I have thoughts on that.
Like, obviously that was the moral of this movie, right? Like, we need to care about these people in our society.
This is how we treat people.
Right, and this is what we do to people that have mental disabilities. This is how the state and the government treats them.
Yeah.
And this is what happens to them, or could happen, right? And it's a movie about mental health, but the Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, is in the Batman universe.
Okay.
But he just thinks he's the Joker. Like, he's just a crazy guy who thinks he's the Joker.
Who made up the Batman?
No, he didn't make up. He doesn't know who Batman is because Batman's not a thing yet.
Okay.
But he is like, he's just thinks, like, Joker, like, comics and stuff are like a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Like, almost like he's in our time.
Right.
And he thinks he's the Joker. And he thinks, like, this interaction with this guy who's Thomas Wayne is, like, Thomas Wayne. And this little kid is Bruce. And, like, he just thinks that he's the creation of Batman, but it's all fake. Like, all that doesn't make any sense.
He made it up in his head.
He made it all up because in the movie, he, like, teleports himself to Murray's show and isn't in Murray's show at that point.
Because he's trying to escape his reality.
Right. He's trying to escape his reality. So, and we also see he made up the girlfriend. So, like, what if he just made up, like, everything at that point? Like, he breaks.
Yeah.
He kills the girl. And after that is just, like, imagination.
Like,
and
it's
he's
like
really,
he wakes up.
Yeah, he could wake up, or maybe he's in Arkham Asylum, whatever.
I would have liked that.
But he's just insane. So I don't know. That's just a theory I read. I wanted people to hear it because they could be like, "Oh yeah, I could see that." I don't think it's that. But I would have liked if the movie. I don't know, man. If this movie was just about a psycho guy. Maybe it's better. Maybe it's worse. But adding the Joker almost at points feels stretched. Yeah, it feels like, fuck, we need to include Bruce Wayne somehow. Why?
Right.
You don't really need to. You could make it a Joker movie without even them being in it, like you said.
Which is what I think we all wanted, honestly.
Yeah, and I wasn't expecting the Bruce Wayne family to be in it until the trailer started coming out and they showed Thomas.
Yeah.
I mean, the actor was labeled as Thomas Wayne. And
That's right.
I was like, okay, maybe he has a run-in to Thomas Wayne and that.
He's governor.
And that's why he hates the way, Bruce or whatever. I don't know, whatever the fucking reason is. But
you know what?
There's points that feel stretched.
When the thoughts of this movie started coming around, I honestly thought that they were going to play off of Heath Ledger's Joker and his stories that he made.
Yeah, like how do you get these scars?
Like he made up each story, so you don't know which one is true. I thought they were gonna play off of that for some reason. I don't know why. And I don't know.
Dude, if any of those stories came out in this movie and it was done with the tone, it would have been unbearable to watch. Like,
true.
If you're thinking about like, she put a razor in my mouth and fucking shaved.
They would have shown it in this movie.
Yeah,
too.
I would have you would have been like, holy fuck, they're doing it. Like, I would
Yeah.
have been excited, but it would have been
the moments
very
of violence in this movie did shock me.
I mean, this is the highest rated R movie ever for a comic book.
And the highest grossing.
The highest grossing comic book movie. It beat Deadpool, which it should beat Deadpool.
Whoa,
like,
I didn't know that.
This Joker deserves a lot of respect. Obviously, I think a lot of people like the character.
No, I know.
I think people obviously just went to see it because they love Heath Ledger's Joker. And like if this movie came out before Heath Ledger's Joker, it wouldn't have had the success that Heath Ledger's gave it. Like Heath Ledger was a stepping stone, and this movie is. It sounds bad, and it's not. I'm not saying that it's a bad movie, but it is giving it. It gave it the path, like.
No, I know what you're saying.
Heath Ledger's Joker gave
Paved
the path
the way
for this movie.
Yeah.
Like it would not have been this successful.
Yeah, and they could have totally like made up their own Joker origin, which wouldn't have worked, I don't think. So, I get that they're coming from that of like we can't make our own, but we also can't copy Heath Ledger.
Yeah, we have to do something new.
Copy Nolan, but we also like don't want to rip off the comic book so much.
Yeah.
So I respect that they had a lot of thinking to do, and they really aimed for a goal in this movie, so I give them respect for that.
Yeah.
But whether it hit the mark for me personally, it didn't.
How do you like I liked like the city, like I felt like it was Gotham, like really the shit parts of Gotham. And Gotham is a mix of Chicago and New York, like they shoot it in both spots. Arkham Asylum was cool to see, like
it was
like in person, and
man,
Gotham is dirty, bro.
Yeah,
holy
it's
shit.
grimy.
It is disgusting.
I don't like this sucks, but like it felt like did you watch Daredevil?
Yeah.
It felt like the world he grew up in, like when they flash back to like his dad fighting. It felt like that, and I don't know how to describe it.
Yeah.
That old school, like, you got to fight to survive on the streets kind of feel. You felt that in this movie.
Yeah.
And it sucks, or it's sad that, people like Arthur like have to live in this world and basically fend for themselves, and they can go either way. But are we done with likes?
Dude, a couple more things.
Okay. Because I have I want to go back to the mental health thing. I'm gonna go that into dislikes.
I think it's like I said, it's written well, it's shot well.
Yeah.
It's acted.
Scores well.
Beautifully. Like anytime he's on, like even when he's like happy with his girlfriend, like it's different.
Yeah, you can tell he's like cautious.
Yeah, and it's so fun to watch him do it. Like this movie I think is a lot of like scenes, like a lot of moments that you love, like him on the Murray Show. Like I could watch that a lot of times and pick out new things that he does, like little
okay, so it's like a character study.
Yeah, it is almost like a character study, and
which is fine.
And they're just calling maybe this goes into my dislikes, but they're hitting heavily on mental health. And I don't know how I feel about that yet. I mean, I'm not saying like fuck mental health, but I'm saying, I don't know
how they played it.
Is this the movie that we need to do it? Is kind of the thing. Because who is really Joker? Like no one really knows. And then now you're gonna make the origin about that. does that kind of take away from the character? Is kind of what I'm saying. Like,
but it also takes away from mental health.
yeah, that
'Cause
too.
you're
So it's
basically
kind of
saying
like, it's like, what are we doing?
yes, but you're basically saying that if you have, mental health issues, whatever, and you're treated like this, you immediately become violent. And that's not the message you want to portray. Like, that's not it.
You have to be careful with it.
That's
right?
the stigma behind mental illness, and that's why we're here.
And that's, I mean,
so that's again, we're
it's
not on
the
dyslexic,
stereotype for sure.
Exactly.
And I think
and they played on that, and I didn't like that.
Yeah, it's the stereotype for sure. I mean, you walk down the street and you see someone screaming at nothing, and you're like, get away.
Right.
And I mean, that's just how people feel. They feel uncomfortable. And
but you saying like this whole Joker character, like, do we need to know that? Like, we know Joker is fucked up.
Yeah, we know he is. And I don't know what you were saying. Like, I get that they had to do their own thing, and I understand that. I don't know. This is very hard to play. First off, it's a huge step to say, okay, we're gonna do a Joker movie, like, especially after Heath Ledger, like that right there is like, oh, how the fuck do we do that?
Well, yeah, after Heath Ledger like threw it up, and then Jared Leto like spit on it.
Yeah, and
like,
Heath Ledger hit a home run, and Jared Leto fucking struck out in 2 seconds.
It made it a joke.
Yeah, and now it's like, okay, we want to do an origin story, and Todd Phillips is like, well, I want to be focusing on mental health, and it's like, okay.
About why,
about why Arthur Fleck is the way he is, and then it's like, okay, but we have to be careful, like you said, because now it is a stigma. Like, okay, someone with mental health is just violent.
Yeah, because when you're really looking at this movie, it's not because he has these issues. It's because his mom. It's because of his mom.
Yeah.
It's because these people laugh at him all the time. Yeah, it's because the streets abused him. It's like the system he's growing up in is abusing him. It's not because he has these mental issues.
So maybe that is what they're going for then.
Don't turn it around on me, dude.
I'm not saying that, but maybe they are. I mean, it was clear that the system is flawed in terms of like the government funding and like there's no one, you can't really get help.
Well, and even class issues.
Yeah. So class issues. Yeah. So if that was all present and that all makes sense. I don't know though. It is weird for me. I just liked watching it. I enjoyed the movie. I came out of it. I was like, fuck.
Surprised.
It's great it's great visually, and it's great by Joaquin.
Yeah.
So that right there, he just carries you through it. You're like, I just want to see what the hell he's gonna do next. Like, what's gonna happen? But then when you start thinking about it, I told Nicole before we even started recording, it's like a movie that happens, but not a lot. Like, a lot does happen in the movie. You learn about his origin. You learn about his family. You learn about him creating Bruce Wayne, essentially, and like all this stuff. Yet
you're taking a lot in.
You feel like not a lot happens.
Yeah.
Like, it's almost like a day's worth, almost.
Yeah.
Like, it's like a day's worth of events, and then you're like, wait, did a lot happen? Like, I don't know. Maybe the movie's fucking with our minds, but
that's the way it's cut.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Just like, what?
Yeah, it feels like one long day in the life of Arthur Fleck.
And it does feel like it could be, like I said, this theory that it could be just a vision or whatever, a dream, his visions of himself,
or like him interacting with the people around him just in his in a dream world.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
because in the movie, the people that we see do exist. Like the girlfriend, does exist,
but not to the full extent that he thinks.
Not the way that we've seen her.
So,
which was
before we go to dislikes,
unbelievable.
Did she kill him? Did he kill her?
I didn't catch any of this.
He killed her. I'm thinking that 100%.
I didn't catch because you were talking a little bit about it.
And by the way, when that happens, that moment was so good.
When he's in her apartment. Yeah.
Like, I don't know why. Did you buy that?
Buy what?
That he was really dating this girl?
No.
Why did I buy it?
You bought it? You know what? Okay, I'm not going to lie. I bought it for a split second. I stopped buying it after he killed the guys on the subway, and then he goes back and she has sex with him. Like, he goes into her apartment and she greets him at the door.
Yeah, because there's so many weird, and it's so obvious, right? When you think about it, because one, he stalks her and she's like, let's go on a date.
Right.
Like, okay, what the fuck? When Brooke even said that, she's like, she just likes that.
Yeah.
And then two, he kills the guys and then just has sex with her.
That's when I stopped buying it. Yeah.
So, but then I was like, I don't know. I just like I was trying to analyze too much maybe, and I was like, maybe this is a thing. Maybe she's like something else that we've never known about Joker.
Yeah. But also, if you want to take it a step further into not buying it, the scene when she goes to visit him or see him at the comedy club,
right,
and she's laughing like at his jokes, not at him. She's laughing at his jokes. It's like usually girls like in movies like this, and you have that girl character, they're gonna be cringing and or like feel super
like,
bad for him and like look around.
Yeah.
And she's not doing that. It's like, come on.
Damn, dude.
He's doing.
Maybe I'm fucked up. Mentally.
Well, no, I actually noticed something that because you notice the small details. It's always like opposite with that.
But I was just like
little things.
Maybe I was just hoping that she was a good thing in his life, and then I was like, okay, what's really gonna tip him over?
I think that's how this movie gets you. Is that like it gives you that hope.
And I was like, what's really gonna tip him over is she's gonna die, not by.
That's too cliche. That's too comic book.
It would have been, but that's what I was coming in the movie. So
exactly, that's how our minds went into this movie.
Yeah, so I don't know. Props for that, I guess. Yeah. But
so the comic book movie world is changing. Like we're seeing these super serious films and like serious
which
issues
I love.
being brought up. That. Yeah, I love it too. This one was not for me.
But back to that point was that moment was amazing. She does a great job, and you like the tone just like drops. Like,
well, the camera work, the editing was great.
And again, he's just sitting on the couch. Like, so
and it's like,
creepy.
isn't it like panning around him?
It's so
and it's
creepy.
like, and it like slowly zooms out, and she's like standing behind him and doesn't know he's there, and then she's like, oh shit.
Like, I think because you just think about what if that happened to you, like that moment.
Yeah.
Like everything
as a
drops,
woman,
everything drops, right? Like your heart, everything.
Yeah,
so,
and it's just the glow of the TV on his face. Yeah,
he kills her though because he goes back to his room.
I just remembered why he doesn't kill her.
Okay, why? Is she in it later? I don't know.
No, she's not. She's not. But ever since you brought that up, I'm like, there's got to be something. Like I didn't get that vibe.
I have to rewatch.
So after that moment, you don't see her again, and what all these little things happen.
She's real.
Like, yeah, she is real.
She moved out.
But he only she packed her bags immediately,
which
is what you should do.
Right.
He only killed the people that were mean to him.
Exactly. Yeah.
And she was never mean to him. Even in that moment when he was
in the elevator.
Yeah, in her house. She wasn't like, get the fuck out, like you're a freak. She was like, do you need me to call your mom? Do you like why I have a little girl in the next room. And it was after, right? When he kills the big guy with the little guy.
Oh, it was before. It was like right before that.
Okay, yeah. So when he kills, he doesn't kill the little guy because that guy was nice to him.
Dude, I love the little guy.
That scene was fucked up though.
I'm
not because of the eye stabbing, but like him letting him out the door, fucked up. Don't laugh, dude.
I love the little guy. I love the little guy,
too.
But I don't like him in that scene, and that's on my dislike. But anyways, I like to tease the dislikes.
But yeah, that's my theory as to why she didn't die.
I need to rewatch that scene. I'll probably throw it up on YouTube.
But your theory is convincing.
Because he kills her, or I'm assuming he kills her, and then he leaves the room, goes to his room, starts cry laughing, whatever the fuck they're doing with his laugh. And this is one of my dislikes too.
His laugh?
Yeah, no, I love what he does,
I was like,
but the reasoning for it is just like weird.
Oh.
Anyways.
You mean why he has it? Or like the card he gives people?
The why he has it.
Why does he have it?
We'll talk about it.
Okay, sorry.
But he's laughing on the couch in his apartment alone.
I don't remember that.
And I swear you hear like, no, maybe it's not.
See, I don't.
You hear the person below him like bang on his ceiling and says like shut up or like shut the fuck up. But I thought you heard ambulances pulling up to the building.
Yeah,
but it wasn't what you're saying, it wasn't in the other ways where it's really convincing.
Yeah.
Like I think if they wanted to really imply that, he would have been laughing by the window and you would have saw the ambulance pull up to the building, but like he doesn't notice it, just so it's like implied that something's happening. But I don't know, maybe he doesn't, but I was just under the impression that like he did.
Or like he's sitting on his couch and like the glow of the lights come from his window.
Yeah, like
because they're at the apartment.
Dude, right? Get us on one.
Get us on the board, guys.
But that was interesting. And if maybe like you said, if because she was nice to him, what if like in his illusion she broke up with him, and that was like another thing.
Well, that would make him kill her, would it
but
not?
to his illusion, or to his thoughts, they're dating.
Sure, if he knows what that is.
So in this moment, if she turns around and he's on the couch and she's like, get the hell out of here. What are you doing? I don't know you. Could that be a moment where he's like, oh, you're like ending our relationship?
Yeah, absolutely.
And kills her.
But that's not a reason to kill somebody. But no, absolutely.
Not when you're
I know what you're saying. I know.
Not a reason to kill 3 dudes on the subway either. But
I mean, they were gonna.
I mean, they were fucking around.
Yeah. Yeah, like they were shitty dudes. But
the movie had to do that though.
What, killed 3 business guys?
No, had to do like, oh, these guys got to be the top douchebags of top douchebags.
Whatever.
You know, like,
but you
like
know that they exist in
trying
New
to
York.
get at this girl.
Those guys are on the New York subway
I'm saying
every
those people
day.
exist. I 100% those people exist, but it's like they had, I don't know, like almost like they didn't want to kill people in this movie that didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
Even though the Joker has clearly done that.
Did Murphy or what?
Did Murray deserve it? Not really, but like that's 1 out of the 4
5
potentially. You know, but like
body count.
The Joker in Dark Knight is straight up gonna blow up 2 ferries and blow up the city.
One had convicts on it.
Still not a reason.
I know.
But like, so
we get into moral issues.
That's kind of like I don't know.
That's
it was
what's tricky about
I think
the
it was
Joker.
fighting like, do we make him like the terrorist Joker? Like, which is what you could argue Heath Ledger's Joker's like terrorist act. He didn't feel, he was very organized. Like this Joker doesn't feel organized at all.
Oh yeah, no, it's chaotic.
But it's also funny because in Dark Knight he's always like, do I look like I have a plan? But it's like, dude, you guys, your things are coming together. I don't know, you got a plan somewhere. But
you know what?
But I don't know. Is that like a facade?
That is kind of a like for this that I have. But I guess it goes into Joaquin acting so well, which we've talked about before, but he does do a great job of playing this Joker as an on the fly like kind of character, like when he's going to the office to get his paperwork on his files, on his birthing files, like he did that in the moment.
And you didn't think that he was gonna
and then runs away, gets the files and runs away. So that was just played very well.
I don't know, man. There's a lot that could, like, that theory of, like, the illusion.
Yeah.
That could all be, like, is his mom even alive? Are these detectives even there, and he's just trying to get into the asylum?
Yeah, because you know what? It does seem as almost if he's the only one in the room.
Yeah, it does.
When these things happen to him, or he's the only one on the subway.
The detectives don't really feel real.
Yeah, they don't.
And they're only in it, like, twice. So
yeah.
And the second time they're in it is when he's dancing on the stairs and gets away. Remember they like chase him down when he's going.
I don't remember
when
that
he's
at
going
all.
to Murray's show. He's like dancing. He's like that dancing on the stairs.
Oh yeah,
and then they're like at the top and they're like Arthur. And it's like they don't feel like they're there.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
But is that the corruption of Gotham? You know, like that's what we've been led to believe.
Yeah.
Growing up with these stories of Gotham and Batman and blah blah blah. They didn't put Gordon in this movie.
No, I thought they were going to. Especially when the detectives showed up. I thought, well, Gordon at the time. No, he would have been.
Young,
he would have been. He would have been young. He would have been a detective, but he would have been in the force.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. All these people must be really old if Bruce is like, what, 8
30?
here?
Oh, Bruce is like 10.
10?
8 to 10.
So what is Christian Bale Bruce? Is he like in his 20s?
He's like 30. No, he's 30s. For
okay,
sure.
So
he's
Joker's 50?
Don't, when you put it like that, dude, don't make me think
you know what
about
I'm saying?
it. Yeah, don't make me think
I was
about
looking,
it.
I was like, that's a young Bruce.
Don't make me think. But also, you if we're looking at it in comic book mindset, you go into Joker fell into a vat of chemicals and he probably has this supernatural,
the comic book like version.
The aging,
but that was like, wasn't the vat of chemicals like what created Joker?
Basically. That's one.
But,
that's the
that's
most
like
popular origin.
So now this is like, is this rewriting? And this is where people get upset with these types of movies. Like, okay, we're retconning things. Like, we're going back and we're saying no because this is the newest thing. Like, are you led to believe that the newest thing is the like Bible at that point? That's what's hard.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of back and forth on like I respect that they didn't copycat a comic book.
But what if they did do him? Like as Heath, like
exactly. Like
the hair the same way and everything. Not
oh no,
do his makeup not as like pretty, but like
they did tease that super heavy when this movie was coming out. I remember that.
his makeup.
Well, yeah, his makeup and like
yeah.
teaser videos of Joaquin like as Arthur and then like flashing to the Joker. You know, it was like, oh, is it gonna be like Heath's? You know,
I like Heath. I think still Heath is the best one.
Oh, absolutely.
And if he was alive, they would have done one with him, and it would have been fucking amazing.
But also, we wouldn't need that.
We wouldn't need it, but they would have done it, and I would have loved it because he did the laugh better than Joaquin.
Really, Joaquin's is
like. Remember when he laughs
notch.
on like the camera?
Who Heath
when he's like interrogating that like other fat Batman.
Yeah.
That creeped me out.
That did creep me. But it's because it's on survey. It's like a found footage video.
Yeah.
That's
no,
why.
the video's weird, but his laugh is really good.
You know what laugh like stuck with me from him is the fake one he did when he was like he.
Oh yeah.
Ha. Yeah, that one. I love that one.
He was great, man.
Yeah, because he was just fucking with
hands down, still better than Joaquin.
Will always be an amazing Joker. Yeah.
And
I don't think anyone
Joaquin
would top him.
Gave mad respect to.
Yeah, that was really
to
sweet.
Heath and stuff. So like. I'm not mad that they did it, but dislikes, we know you hate the whole movie.
I hate the whole movie, yeah.
What are your major gripes about the movie?
Fuck, I had them, and I was like thinking
we
about them so long.
We touch on them
likes,
throughout the videos. I mean, welcome to Film Crawl. The episodes are never
exactly.
organized.
We're not in our structure mindset yet. I think I said in the beginning, this movie felt pointless.
Yeah.
I felt I don't like feeling like I'm watching violence just for violence, and that's kind of what I felt like.
Yeah.
Especially towards the end when it was getting really heavy and he was becoming the Joker. And I feel like they tried to save face by throwing the Wayne family stuff in there because it's like, oh, this violence is because it's going to create Batman.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I didn't like that.
And again, Gotham's been a corrupt place from the beginning.
Yes.
So
Gotham is dirty.
It is fair to say that it's still a vision, and that just Joker's thinking he's creating this movement in Gotham.
Yeah.
But it's already been there.
Well, it's playing on the fact that Gotham creates you, which is what isn't that like Batman's thing too? It's that like Joker and Batman's thing. It's
Gotham
like Gotham created us.
Yeah,
like
I guess.
So here's the major thing that I did not like about this movie, and maybe it's because I'm biased and I don't really like Todd Phillips, but it's like, dude, sure, you didn't copy a comic book origin story, but you are copying Scorsese way too hard.
I liked it.
No, like there's homage and then there's copying, and it's like, dude, get the style, but don't copy it. Like it's I watched Taxi Driver when I was like 15. I love that movie. Like at an age I probably shouldn't have watched it, but like this definitely was that movie.
A lot of hints at it.
Yeah.
Did you see that article I linked on Twitter?
No, I don't think so.
Of that guy talking about how the Joker is the stupidest movie ever.
Oh, he just says dumb 500 times?
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
From its yellow headline. I'm like...
Did he want to say dumb that many times? Or was he just a bad writer?
He's just a terrible writer. If he can write, then we can be podcasters.
I know. That's why we're here. That's what I tell myself every day.
But, yeah, that's what I remind myself. I wake up, I look at that article, and I say, I'm in good shape. Dislikes for me. I don't like that. So, for me, I was under the impression that his laugh is him crying. Almost.
What do you mean?
Most of the sad times in this movie, he's laughing.
Oh, it's his condition, bro.
Why make it a condition, man? And is it a condition? Because his mom told him that all he did was laugh. And we know that's not all he did. So I'm assuming that his laugh is his cry.
I mean, that could very well be a real thing.
Maybe it is.
I think it is, but
maybe
I don't know
it
what it's
is.
called, but
I mean, he hands the card off. It almost seems like it was a real thing, like they're basing it off a real disorder. or something.
I feel like I've seen that.
I hate that bus scene was really sad.
It was.
It felt really bad.
Yeah.
But I just I'm like, don't do Joker like Joker. This is the whole thing of like, are we doing a comic book movie?
Yeah.
I just don't like that they did it that way, because when you watch because I respect Heath Ledger's from the beginning. I feel like if we're gonna go off DC movies, Heath Ledger is the Joker, and all these other ones are just people trying to be. But when he does his laugh, it's clear that it's because like he's crazy.
Yeah.
But it's not because he has a disorder. Like, he is doing it to show people that he's crazy.
Yeah, but he knows it's fucking with you.
Yeah. Like, when he's getting beat the fuck up by Batman, he's just cracking up.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's crazy, but it's not because he has a disorder.
It's because you're doing what he wants you to do.
Yeah, he's enticing you.
And he takes joy in that. So he's, in a way, legitimately laughing.
He's crazy, I get that, but he's you feel like he's legitimately laughing, especially when he's interrogating the guy and he starts freaking. I'm a man of my word. Yeah. Remember that?
Ooh, yeah.
The lip things were
the lip. Yeah.
He was like Barty Crouch Jr.
Dude, we gotta do Dark Knight. That's a trilogy series.
Page.
Nolan
series, dude.
Tenet.
Those Batmans can't be beat, man.
They really can't.
I really hope Pattinson. They come out with Robert.
I forgot.
I really hope his movies are amazing, because I want a good Batman. To follow up Christian Bale.
Oh yeah.
Especially because what we saw with Joker and Ben Affleck.
Oh, don't even.
I do like that Ben Affleck was.
I want an Asian Batman. I'm gonna put it out there.
Dude, you can't
put it out in the universe. I'm sorry. Oh, I thought we were on the subject of Batman. I'm sorry. Wait, okay, also
Keanu as Batman.
Batman's grandpa.
You can't just change. That's what I'm talking. I don't know, man.
I'm sorry.
You can change ethnicities of characters, yes, but like people get pissed. They changed Bruce Wayne to white or to Asian. You know what?
Okay, I'll take an Asian Catwoman. I will take that. To me, Catwoman has always been Asian.
That would be.
Catwoman's my favorite.
That would be. I would really do that. I could see that.
Just saying, Hollywood.
I don't know. Cats, like, I don't know, cats or like just remind me of Asia for some reason.
Sure.
Too. Is that just because it's in the culture a lot?
I don't know.
But
maybe because you know me and I like cats.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I guess a lot of big cats come from Asia too. But
tigers.
Yeah, Bengals, and I don't know geology, man. Brooke's gonna yell at me when she hears that.
Oh yeah, because she loves geography.
There's cats here.
She's gonna She's gonna have a map ready for you when you get home, dude.
Cat map. No, but I 100% agree with you. I think that would be really cool.
Sidetrack.
That's way sidetrack, but
no, complete. I'm gonna bring up another one. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're bringing another one?
Because I don't know if you've heard this news, but it's Christian Bale, our Batman, our savior.
Yeah.
Is rumored to be playing Harry Osborn. Bro, you didn't hear this? I'm dropping it here for everybody, right?
Is he playing Green Goblin?
I don't know. I just heard the name Harry Osborn.
Dude, don't do Willem like that, bro.
Bro, it's Christian Bale.
You brought back J.K. Simmons.
It's Christian Bale.
But listen to what I'm saying.
Not in Tom Holland's.
Not in Tom Holland. What is it going to be in?
I forget where. I have to look up the article again because it's
fucking.
It's
what was it? Morbius.
It's not.
God damn.
Maybe, dude. Maybe.
I didn't know. I didn't know the Spider-Man universe had a Batman.
Or something about.
And his name was Morbius.
In the new Phase 4, something. I forget which movie it was, but yeah, rumors are out there, bro. Dude, it's Christian Bale. If anybody's gonna follow Willem, it's gonna be Christian Bale. You don't see his American Psycho character being
I love it.
Norman Osborn.
I like it.
The dad, not
American
Harry.
Psycho's so good.
American Psycho's good.
Oh,
that's eggshell white.
Look at that eggshell. I love that scene. That is the best. Why did we watch that movie?
Bro. I watched that movie as a kid as well.
I watched that when I was young too. Yeah. Especially when the prostitutes. I'm like.
With the chainsaw.
Like, dude, what is that?
That is why we are the way we are. It's not good.
Oh my god.
It's not good.
Best scene ever, dude. I think that is one of
the business card scene.
Fuck, the business card scene is hilarious. It just sits with us funnier too because of our personal jokes, inside jokes. But
you wouldn't get it.
There's a Joker joke.
Bring it back to Joker.
With him and Harry Osborn, whatever. But I just don't see him being Green Goblin. I don't know though. I mean, I'm fine. I'm open to it because it's Christian.
Yeah.
But Willem was like the reason why I say that is because they brought back J.K. Simmons to do what's his name, the reporter guy, J.J.
something,
Jameson,
J. Jonah Jameson,
J. Jonah.
Yeah.
They brought him back, right?
Yeah,
that's sick.
Yeah,
bring back, not even bring him back. Introduce Harry Osborn as Willem again, and I bet you Willem would take that.
Willem would, but he's be doing more serious roles now. Bro.
I know, Lighthouse,
Toto.
That dog dies, bro.
My dad told me the plot of Toto the other day on the phone.
Spoiler alert.
It dies, obviously, but like of old age.
Okay,
my dad was like, I thought he was gonna die in an avalanche, but he doesn't.
Not tragically. Okay.
No, not tragically.
Maybe we can watch it on Disney.
Yeah, watch it.
Where were we even at on the fucking?
Just dislikes.
Just dislikes.
Yeah.
I don't like.
I think we're near it.
I was saying like I didn't like the disorder thing.
Yeah.
I actually really like the Murray scene when he kills him.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because
it's fucked up, dude.
No, it's fucked up, but I'm just thinking of him going Mary.
Yeah. He's great in that scene.
Yeah, no, that was a great scene, but I was just laughing because I'm like, really, Mary?
Do you want to hear a joke, Murray?
Oh, he's saying Murray.
It's Murray.
I thought he was saying Mary.
No, it's
like
Murray.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to hear a joke, Murray?
He's saying like fucked up shit.
He like opens his notebook, has like tits on it. Did you see?
He flips the page like strategically. It's like really showing him like, you know.
God, man. And yeah, that moment right there, you're like, what? Like it's so out of place, but like, okay, I guess it fits.
Yeah. And then he like drops some like fucked up knowledge of like, I stabbed this dude in the eye just now.
Oh,
and then the audience reacts and he's like, oh, you guys think that's funny? It's just so fucked. It's so fucked up. But
what
that
do you
scene
mean?
was really
they
good.
Deserved it.
That scene was really good.
It
was a really good scene.
You guys got to rewatch it because when you go, just search the Murray scene on Joker and then scroll and read the comments because they're hilarious.
Oh shit, I didn't do that.
The comment section.
Oh no,
gold.
comment section is always gold.
Like
except on our Instagram.
People are saying like when the Joker said, "Do you want to hear a joke?" and Murray, it's so
fuck. I gotta look after this pod. I'll do it.
The other thing, I felt like his I don't know. I was kind of like, oh, that's where he came from. Like he was just abused, not even by his mom, by his mom's boyfriend.
But his mom wasn't his mom, right? The mom we see wasn't his real mom, right? She stole him.
No, it was.
Is that what I got?
It was his real mom. He thought that. No, he thought that Thomas was his dad.
I didn't like that at all.
She was crazy and thought that they had a. I mean, whatever.
I didn't like
There's
that.
so many theories that come out of that there, and I'm not even gonna try to start talking about it because like maybe it is true.
It's
Who
not true.
fucking knows? I'm not going with that.
I don't like how they weaved the Wayne family with that.
Yeah.
It just felt so cheap and ugly and not good. I didn't like that at all.
But other than that, I didn't have too many gripes with it. I don't really know I get the whole Joker movement, but I don't feel like it was touched on a lot. And
it just happened.
Yeah, and really that the Joker Joker does have gangs under him.
Yeah. And
it would have been cool to see more of that. Like maybe he organizes it, but like he just becomes king. Like which also, again, I'm just harp on that theory. It makes me think that theory is like pretty logical because he doesn't even have any organization with those people, and
they fucking save him.
Yeah, and they save him, and like they worship him, and I get that someone could start a movement like that, but it also just seems too kind of weird, like
too fast.
Yeah, and like I said, this Joker seems like he doesn't have a plan, but the real like Heath Ledger version, he does, and I feel like he would have been able to organize his gangs below him. And I thought maybe like this little guy in that scene was going to be like one of his first recruits. Like, hey, what was his name? I don't remember. Hey, little guy. You know, he's like, but I thought after he killed that guy, he's going to be like, hey, go get these people and do this. And you would have been like, fuck, he's like organizing like this movement now. Like he's starting to organize.
Yeah,
this.
You know what? Like that always creeps me out when it feels like a facade of like this, like, you know, feel bad for me. I'm the sad guy, and then it just clicks, and he's like, okay, like, you know, becomes fully powerful. Like Who's the real him?
Yeah.
Does he just now have this confidence to be able to do that, or is he still this vulnerable guy that like can just cry at any moment?
Yeah, whatever it is.
You know what I would have liked to go with that of like, you know, him creating this army or whatever you want to call it. If we saw a little more scenes of him at comedy shows. Yeah. And maybe because, you know, that's his character, he puts on makeup or a clown mask and does fucked up jokes. But you start to see more and more from these scenes. People coming to the show with a mask on or like being like, yeah, fuck yeah, or like, you know.
Or he's talking about the corrupt system and then like he's in the lower side of Gotham, so people are like, oh yeah, like the government doesn't do this.
Right.
Or
so
Thomas Wayne does do that.
Yeah,
like,
he's still doing bad as a comedian, but there's people in the audience that are like, oh yeah, and that will gain his following and
they could have driven that off the Murray thing when he shows his jokes.
Oh.
Like, oh, is he really making fun of Thomas Wayne like that? And then like the high class is like, oh, that's stupid. But then the low class is like, no.
Wait, no,
this guy's speaking the truth.
Yeah.
Like, he may be a bad comedian, but he's like has something. So yeah, that would have been a kind of a better thing.
Hire me.
You could have done a little montage of people sitting in front of the TV, but I would have hated that. But yeah, that you know, however they wanted to do that.
I mean, TV plays a huge role in this movie.
Yeah, I think that would have, if they showed the organization there a little bit more, it would have made more sense.
Yeah. I get that.
So I'm almost like it just a lot of this stuff doesn't feel real, and maybe that's good on the movie for like making us feel like we're
going insane.
Yeah. Like what is real, what's not. Yeah. So whatever. I guess I leave that as a dislike because I just felt kind of like always questioning what's going on. Could be good, could be bad. You could enjoy that, whatever. I still think it's a great movie. My last thing was the little guy when he kills that dude. Yeah. I don't know. He took me out of the scene, like his crying and stuff. I felt bad.
Freaked the fuck out.
Just it felt fake. I don't know. It
didn't feel fake to me at all.
Some people can cry and scream and feel and sound terrified. He didn't to me, and that was just me. This is just like my personal opinion.
Okay, so it was nitpicky.
Yeah, super nitpicky, but I was almost like, fuck, I feel like this would have been more earned if it was him, Joker by himself, killing that dude. And then just like sitting in his blood. And again,
all right,
now you're like, he's it. He's it now. Like we thought the guys on the train were it.
Yeah.
This is it.
But that guy is also someone he's wanted to kill for so long. Yeah. So it plays into, has Arthur been this guy all along?
And again, if they had this like little guy crying and stuff, and he does that scene and he sits down and he's like calming down, and then he turns it on like you said, and then he's like, okay, this is what you're gonna do for me. Yeah. Like that is Joker right there. Like we've seen him do that in The Dark Knight. Right. And he's controlled these people. Yeah. But by literally just like taking these dudes' money and just controls it. Right. Or killing Gamble in front of everyone and he just controls the room. Yeah, right. Like that would have been so good to add there and they didn't, and I'm pissed. Like if he's like, come help me get the door open, and then he's like, but you're gonna do this.
I don't know. That scene was fucked up. I thought
it's fucked up. Well. I get that. No, I
know.
But
I thought
it would have made Joker.
It had a place in the it fit with where we were at in the movie. I didn't like seeing it. But whew.
Yeah.
What did he stab him with, a knife? An actual knife?
Yeah, or scissors?
Scissors.
One of the two. He put it in his back pocket.
It was scissors, yeah.
Either way, Joaquin, if you're listening.
Joaquin held the movie up.
You did amazing. Yeah. If you get the Oscar, you deserve it.
Dude. You better put him on.
Who's going to get Best Picture? I don't know.
Not this one. Definitely not this one.
Dude, how many times is this going to tell me?
We're here, bro.
We hope you guys enjoy the episode.
Bro, we got to do 2 things. It's been so long that we fucking forgot.
Know anymore, dude.
We have to do a shot we love.
Fuck.
And we have to rate the movie.
Shot we love.
Yeah, what's a shot you love?
Rating's going to be hard, too. I mean,
no,
I have an idea.
I have my rating.
But am I going on shot I love?
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Do you have one ready?
I got plenty of shots I love.
Shoot it, bro.
Line them up. I'm going to go with I just like this shot. Man, it's a cliche one, though.
Good.
When he's going out on the Murray.
When he's what?
When he's going to go out on Murray.
Oh, Oh, and it's the behind him.
Yeah, and it's behind him with the curtain. But I love that he's like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Again, this is what you talked about. He's crazy right there, and the
Yeah.
people like watching, like the backstage people are like looking at him, and then all of a sudden he starts dancing or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's almost like he's like sprouting like into like his character.
Yeah.
And then boom, like it opens.
He's fully accepting.
And he's fully
yeah.
Like it almost is like cocoonish type like.
He did play it like that. Well,
yeah, like
he was
hunched over and then he kind of like grew up into this thing. I don't know.
Damn, that's
cool. Colors were cool.
Video. Yeah.
All
right.
And then he kills it in the next part. But
yeah, the rest of the sequence.
What do you get when you ignore a socially insane person?
Yeah.
It's like the longest thing ever.
Yeah, telling it how it is, bro.
Everyone's like, I don't know. What do you get? You get what you deserve. Shoots him in the head. Like, fuck.
Oh, is that when he shoots him?
Yeah, dude.
You know what? I was cooking when I was watching that sequence, and I missed him getting shot. I just look up, and Murray's like this, and I was like, oh, shit. Yeah.
And his original plan was to kill himself.
Oh, and yeah, how do we know that?
Because when he's in the and then when he's in the back stage, he's like practicing or whatever. Remember when he's at home before he leaves, he's practicing.
Fuck, I did not. I don't.
He's like practicing his joke, and then he
catch
says,
up on that.
"Knock knock, who's there?" And then he shoots himself, and that's like.
I did not catch on that.
You don't remember that part? And
no, I didn't catch.
And
on
then in his head, you hear the applause of the audience.
Fuck. That's fucked up.
Nicole didn't even watch the movie.
I did watch the movie.
Confirmed.
And I'll tell you with my shot. No, mine's, it's kind of typical of me, but I like the shot of, it's a long shot, I think, of him in front of Bruce in the gate. So it's the gate, dividing them, and it's like the sky's overcast, and it's like him just standing there looking at Bruce. I don't know. I like that shot.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, I like that whole interaction. I was like,
he almost killed Alfred, bro.
He did.
Back up on
And Bruce
Alfred.
didn't do shit.
I know. Bruce didn't say one word.
He didn't scream. He didn't
He's
cry.
He's Batman. He was Batman.
He's born to be it, man.
Yeah, I like that. All right,
Yeah,
shots.
That's it.
Shot score. If you're new listening, 5 shots, 5 out of 5 would actually be the worst movie that we've seen. Blackout drunk. And 0 shots means you're completely sober throughout the movie because it is worth it.
Yeah,
it is worth it. I am going to go 2 shots back to back.
Really?
Let's come.
You gave Parasite 2 shots?
No, I gave it 1. I thought.
I think you gave it 0. We all gave it 0.
No, I gave it 0. Yeah,
we
right.
all gave it 0. I was about
Joker,
to throw hands right there.
2 shots. There's a lot in here that feels stretched, and that's just my personal opinion. Joaquin, like I could give it 1 just for like you could take a shot away just for Joaquin.
We can't do that.
2 shots. I think there needed to be. You needed to decide. Origin story, comic book, or mentally insane person.
That's always the problem with you. Like they don't pick one.
You need to do it. Like you can't just do everything.
Yeah.
And I don't know. If you went origin story comic booky, you would have got a lot more out of Joaquin. I feel like a lot more story could have happened and developed. But instead, you wanted to go insane, and now you wasted all that time on this girlfriend, and there's just different things that could happen. But
you wanted Joaquin to be stretched more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They utilize, man.
Yeah.
Utilize what you got.
Yeah.
You have one of the best actors in the world.
Yeah,
right
that's the saddest part of like these movies we watch, where it's like
he's
the
great.
premise is good and like the actors are good, but like the dialogue or whatever. Yeah.
Like just if you stretched it, if you just said, "Oh, hey, the girlfriend thing's cool," but like we could really tell this story. We could really get this out of the character, and people would really like it. Like maybe we pull something from the comics. I don't know, but like they do something like that. Maybe it's earned a little bit more. I don't even care about his mom, to be honest. Just make him insane.
He smothered her with a pillow.
I know.
That was intense.
It was uncomfy.
That was uncomfy.
But like why need those scenes? Just make him insane. I would love if it was an origin story.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, but I would love if it was an origin story, yet you still don't know his origin. Like, when he becomes Joker, but you don't know where he comes from.
Yes.
Because they talk about that in Dark Knight, and they're like, he has no name, he has no birthplace, like, he has no parents.
We only care about the Joker.
Exactly.
But we
so
don't care about.
Just
like,
tell me about like how
yeah.
he became Joker, but not like I don't give a shit about his mom. I don't care about his fake. I get the girlfriend thing was like a play in his head.
Yeah.
But you know they could have done a little bit more. So 2 shots. I would be feeling good watching this movie. I'd be enjoying Joaquin, enjoying the shots. Robert De Niro, he still does. He's still got it, man. So I would have enjoyed all that. But that's where I put it.
Well, I'm doubling your shots.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm giving it a 4, man.
Holy shit.
You
didn't even talk that bad on it, and you just hit the bomb.
I know. I mean, because, I try to keep it PG for... We're trying to be balanced here on this podcast. But
we're the opposite of PG.
I know. I didn't want to throw hands. But no, I really didn't like this movie, and I kind of felt wasted watching it.
Yeah,
I felt like I wasted my time.
Yeah. I would tell you, there's a lot in here that's forgettable.
Yeah, I would be okay if I didn't see this movie.
Yeah.
I kind of only watched it, 1, because of our podcast, but 2, because it got this Oscar or whatever.
Gotta go on the Oscar race.
Yeah, and so I was like, I want to see what all the buzz is about. How is Joaquin beating my boy Adam in this acting race? Still, I mean, sure, his acting was great in this. It always is. But we've seen this from Joaquin before. This is not the movie to recognize him for it. So I needed to be nearly wasted.
2, that's a big divide. I think that's the biggest divide we've ever had.
I think so, yeah.
And that's why we do it. And I love hearing Nicole's thoughts.
Yeah.
Because it isn't for every. If I were to recommend it, I would say it's not for everyone, especially if you are uncomfortable with like those types of things.
But not for comic book fans either. It's like if you're a comic book fan, I probably wouldn't recommend this.
Dude, it almost it's like, is it comic book?
It's not.
It's not.
But like if you like the Joker, I would be like, I mean,
so, it's a hard balance.
It's like one of those ones that you watch clips of on YouTube to see how Joaquin did.
That's what I was
Joker,
saying. This is a movie of scenes.
Yeah.
The Murray scene and the train scene and the bathroom dance scene, and the Thomas Wayne and his interaction scenes, like those are all the moments that you need, and the other stuff just doesn't feel like it needs to be there. And maybe it's because of the genius of the editing and writing that it's just making us feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And we don't know where the story is, and we don't know what's going on really because we're trying to be put in his shoes.
Yeah.
Maybe. But you gotta say, you gotta appeal to an audience. So what is it gonna be?
I don't got time to do that.
to analyze it, sit down for that. But we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Again, follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter @ The Film Crawl.
It's all below.
Yep. And if you're on YouTube, it's right below. Join the Crawler family. Very, very soon, you guys. If you are not following on any social media, you need to be following at least the Instagram. Like
that's the main one. Yeah.
The Instagram gets every update, gets behind the scenes shots, it gets a lot of things, but that is going to be the announcement for Patreon. Twitter and Facebook will have it, but like if you want to be the first in line, like that is it. Again, 1 tier, $5 a month, and you're going to get extra content, and that content drops first week of February. So you guys got to be ready.
Tell us what you think.
And we really appreciate it if you sign up. So thank you guys for listening. Nicole, any last words? Again, this beer's not that bad, so if you go buy it.
True, yeah. You know what? Sorry we shit on you, Decadent. We didn't mean it.
It's not that bad.
You're more than me.
Bro, you better start.
Gotta get out of here.
Any last words, though, before we go?
I'm tired.
I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm struggling.
Yeah.
Please like and subscribe.
Please leave us a review on iTunes.
Yeah.
Apple, whatever you call it now.
God, they change it every day. But
leave us that star. The 5 stars.
Don't say the
yeah,
star.
leave us those stars.
But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.